I was ripping some sprites for Jurassic Park. So I'm remaking this game. This is a Super Nintendo game, the Super Nintendo Jurassic Park. And this is the original one, playing in an emulator. And it's
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
kind of an interesting game because it's mostly, it's an open world game. And it's mostly top down like this. And you're kind of in the park trying to get out, get off the island. But you actually have to go and reset the power and activate some computers and stuff like that. But one of the interesting things about the game is that when you go inside, it goes into this first-person view, and it's a really sluggish, low-res, really kind of terrible first-person thing, but I loved it. I thought it was pretty creepy playing this as a kid. So you do a lot of the same stuff you would normally do. You're trying to find key cards to get to certain rooms and activate things. And of course there's dinosaurs in here. And I don't have any weapons other than this cattle prod, which I think doesn't kill them. They'll come back to life at some point. So there's a bunch of different dinosaurs. It's really difficult to control. But inside there's only two that I can remember. There's velociraptors. And then there's also Dilophosaurus. And they split. Okay, I need these for later. Anyway, so there's actually a lot of interiors. There's this is the visitor center. There's God, it's back. This guy's gonna come back too, I guess. The visitor center, which is 3 floors, and there's a bunch of important stuff there. But there's some other buildings, utility sheds and stuff where you have to go and turn on power. And there's also this kind of cool computer system where there's computer terminals, and then you go into this full screen computer mode and you can navigate these computers. So I always thought that was cool. That's how you turn back on power and stuff like that. I don't think, maybe they don't come back to life. So I had planned to remake this. So technology-wise, first of all, this is kind of an interesting game because they didn't use anything fancy other than a bunch of hacks with the Mode 7 of the Super Nintendo. There's no like Super FX chip or anything like that was used in like Star Fox. So this is all sort of native Super Nintendo, and but in terms of technology and the type of 3D engine that it is, it's kind of somewhere in between Doom and Wolfenstein 3D. Wolfenstein 3D was pretty purely kind of blocks. Each part of the map is just a block on whether you can go there or not, and then there's walls. Here, it's kind of, you get kind of arbitrary shapes, but not really just from blocks. There's some detail, like these doors go in a bit, and the texturing is actually a bunch of small strips, which in my last stream I kind of talked about because I was working on that. And there's no textures on the floor or the ceiling. And billboard sprites. Okay, I died. Billboard sprites. So I thought that was pretty easy, and I put that together in my sort of sector engine, which I've now ported to sort of native Unity. And actually, there's kind of a lot. It's kind of coming together. You can hear the music. The controls in this are so much better. You've got power-ups. You've got doors that open. You've got the billboard sprites. These aren't placed entirely correctly. Just kind of placeholders for now. And the doors aren't animated, but they do open and make a sound. Oh, and here's my... So I was experimenting with the idea of, instead of doing billboard dinosaurs, I could do 3D, because I could do 3D meshes of dinosaurs and just kind of texture them the same way, sort of low-res texturing. So I downloaded a Velociraptor object off of the internet and basically started learning how to paint on 3D objects, which you can see I'm not very good at. But regardless, I decided to put it in anyway to just kind of see how it would feel, maybe get the size right and stuff like that. So unlike the sprite, it's a little bit better proportioned or realistically proportioned. It would need some work to texture it to look right. And then I'd have to animate it and stuff. And so I've decided to go back to just doing sprites. So I'm going to try and get the sprites from the original game, which is a bit of a challenge. There's things that you can do to basically dump the graphics from a ROM, like a Super Nintendo ROM. But because of the hacks and the technology that went into this mode, none of the graphics in this mode are accessible in the normal mechanisms. They're probably all compressed, which means that compression is usually custom for every game, so there's really no way to get these out without a lot of crazy reverse engineering that I'm not willing to do. So instead, I actually got all the textures that you see here in a fairly low-tech way. I used the emulator, and I just did a bunch of screenshots. And then kind of fixed them up and put them in Unity. So it's pretty simple. It would kind of look like this, and this is difficult because this mode of the game has this crazy visor HUD, which is annoying because like this nose gets in the way and stuff like that. Luckily, this emulator lets you turn that off, so I can kind of walk around. So basically what I would do is I would go up to a wall as close as I can, as close as I could, and try and get it straight on, something more or less like this. Then I'd take a screenshot and then fix it up in Photoshop. And that's also how I got the sprites that I do have. I do have these sprites. What I don't have are the dinosaurs. So that's kind of what I was going to try and put in now. And it's a little challenging because they attack you, and they're animated, and they move around. And so it'll be a little difficult to get the screenshots I need. The other thing about this engine is that the farther away you are from something, the more sort of pixelated it is, but in a very sort of distorted way. You can kind of see the effect of that, but same with this dinosaur. If I'm further away, right, it's pixelated in weird ways. So ideally, to get the most sort of pixel detail, I need to get as close as I can. And there's these frames, which this walking, it's always kind of hard to tell how many frames there are. There's usually a lot less than you think. I have to capture these. And also angles, that's the other thing, is like this dinosaur's walking back and forth. And so I would need to get the animated angles. These different. The music's kind of buggy in the simulator, I'm not sure why. So my plan is I have a hotkey on my joystick for taking screenshots. The R key, the R bumper, and it takes this screenshot. So the plan is to, let's see, there's speed control. That's one way to do it. Instead, though, I think I'm going to try pausing and then manually incrementing the frame. I'm going to assign that to another button. And that way I can, instead of just taking a ton of screenshots and then trying to just get rid of the ones that are duplicate, I can kind of step through and only take a screenshot when there's a new frame of the animation. And I think instead of the Velociraptor, which is fairly complicated, the Dilophosaurus, or Spitter, as they call them for short, is much simpler because it doesn't move around. I lost. It doesn't move around, and so its only animation is basically attacking. So it just sits there until it attacks you, and I think there's one on the other side of this door. Let's see. So I guess what I'm going to do, let me pause and see what this next frame works. Doesn't seem to be working. Increment frame. I might have to just do slowdown, but last time I did the slowdown, it kind of screwed everything up, and I had to reset all the settings because I couldn't get it to actually go back at normal speed. Pause game, increment frame. Maybe I can't increment frame from pause. You'd think I could. Reset speed. Let me assign that so that it's there. And I don't know what the difference between slowdown and minus emulation speed is. I don't know if I want fast forward or slow down. I guess that's this. That's a percentage. Okay, so I'm going to do this and this. Angle brackets, reset, pause. And I guess I'll just see if this actually does anything. Maybe I need to hold it down. Holding it down. So pause doesn't seem to let me do any kind of increment frame. Oh, I did do it. Luckily that animation is, okay, I can't hold it down. I have to hit it. Okay. That is kind of annoying, but I guess that works. Okay, let me get to a dinosaur so we can start taking some screenshots. Also, the angle that you look at it is kind of important because it will distort certain features if you don't. Let me try and get closer. Maybe a little closer. Maybe this is good enough. Its fingers kind of distorted. Although maybe it looks like there's nothing I can do about that. Well, that looked pretty good. I guess I'm gonna die soon. Okay, so now I can start taking screenshots. So this is the only animation, and I should be able to just take a screenshot for every unique frame. So this is one. Oh shit. I took like 3. That's weird. Okay. Yeah, that's crazy. Okay. So, maybe if I don't use a joystick button, it'll be better. Let's do... hell. I don't know if that's taken by anything. Oh. Let's get rid of these. Feel free to ask anything. I'm not sure if this chat is working. But say hi if you're here so that I know that you're watching. Okay, let's try this again. It's next frame. Okay, so when I do it on the keyboard, it only takes 1. That's good. It adds a weird blink, though. That's actually part of the emulation, so I have to go through all those empty frames. Okay, so we're waiting for the next frame in the animation. Go. Seems pretty slow. Kind of sits there for a while before it attacks again. Without any other animations, it's kind of hard to tell if this is actually... Oh, there it is. Screenshot. Oh shit. That's kind of annoying that the when you take a screenshot, it's going to continue but not show you. Hopefully it's longer than any one particular frame. Is it the same one? Yep. Okay. Up. Go. So it's up. There's another one. It's getting ready to spit. And it's spitting. That's a separate, that spits a separate image. I think I can... Yeah. I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. Maybe I'll grab it in another one because I'll need that image separately. Maybe I'll grab it now. And I think this is a similar frame as before, but I'll take it. And And it goes back down. Hopefully those are the same frames. And then back to there. Okay, what do we got? I think I can do this. Print. I don't want to print. Jesus. I don't know what's going on. I think I hit Control P or something. Let me do this. Open. Okay. 6. So some of the frames are here. This one just zoomed for some reason. Okay. Can I put these in with these? Oh shit, what's it doing? Did I crash my computer trying to merge two previews? Oh boy. It just really doesn't like having these images together. That's funny, I can move the window around. Yeah. I guess I'll just, oh, what do you got to say? I don't know. Okay, I guess I'm gonna close you. Maybe I can add them one at a time. Sidebar. How do I get it to show up? Okay. And then this one. This seems to be working. It's actually going a lot better than I thought it would. Okay, so it's sitting there. Quickly goes into attack mode and spits. And then goes back down. Cool. So, I don't know why some of these are, I guess they're not blurry, they're loading. So you can see it's not like, the pixels aren't really evenly distributed and they kind of change. So that's one of the weird effects of this engine. But luckily you don't notice it too much, and if anything it just kind of adds to the look of the game. This remake. So let's see. Okay, I can do animated. Okay, I guess I need to actually use Photoshop and cut these out. Sign in. Oh, jeez. Not that you can see it anyway. Actually, I don't know my password. And I don't know if I'm Program plus Adobe at Gmail. This is kind of... Yeah, I guess I gotta get texted for this thing. Now what? Accept? Is that it? I didn't have to actually sign in. Wait, I'm paying for this. Whatever. Whatever lets me use it. Jesus. Okay. Actually, yeah, some of these might be helpful. Big plant, like what its dimensions were. So this is like 200. Okay. Let's try and get this. Nope. Screenshots. This one. Ooh, that's tiny. Oh, I remember doing this. I had to do all this before for the for all the other sprites. I guess I'm gonna do it like this. That's weird. I can't tell. No, it actually goes to there. Okay. And then can't quite see how it goes in there. Isn't this fun? It's certainly a lot less work than doing these from scratch, or making art for a game. And that's part of my process when I'm kind of exercising, or practicing, or whatever you want to call this. Doing, like with music, I'll do covers, because it's a lot quicker to get something done, and then you've learned a lot about the process without also having to be creative and going through all that. Oh shit. I think there's a little bit right there. And there. And there. Okay, almost done with this frame. Okay. Oh, there's that. All of that. I tried to get in touch with some of the developers of this game, You'd think in this day and age it would be easy to get in touch with pretty much anybody, but they don't seem to have any kind of internet presence. Okay, what I wasn't sure about are some of these up here, like this corner. I can't quite tell. Okay, it looks like some of these corners might be. You probably can't see this. You guys having fun? Nobody's watching this. Okay, I think this is right. And I can't quite tell. I need this color picker maybe. Would it help? Okay, eyedrop tool. Okay, so this is gray. Gray, 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 gray. And these are two. I think. Yeah, it actually says over there. Okay, well, because it doesn't use any of those grays, does it? That's a G8. Okay, so that's it. Do a quick look around. Okay, looks pretty good. I don't know if this is what the max size is going to be. Let's say 128 with 64. And we'll just add these layers, layer by layer. It's interesting. I have code for fixed animations like the fans on the walls, but I don't have. Or maybe I do have code for animations. I might have code for animations of sprites, but it assumes like a sprite sheet, so I might have to make a sprite sheet. Let me see. I mean, I don't have that code. It's from my old stuff. Maybe I should try and get this in so we can actually kind of feel accomplished. I mean, this feels like something, but it's just not in the game, so. And it's so tiny. I'm not sure if I should be making these bigger. This guy is like. Oh, I see. I kind of normalized the size of these. 92. Yeah, because we're not actually working with pixels, it's kind of arbitrary. So I had to pick something that works. And I don't know how big the whole frame needs to be. I guess I could export this and put it in and see how it looks. Let's do it as another one. Let's do it like this. Whoa. What are we working in? This. I like to see sprites. I guess it's a sprite. Shit. Okay. Yes. So I have to import it properly. Like see sprites spitter. That's weird. It shows that background. That's super weird. I didn't. What the hell is going on? $32 by $64. Jesus, what is going on? Sprite. Point. Okay, that worked. So let's see, where was that? Ooh. I'll try putting it. Let's see. What's the nearest? Let's take this plant. Duplicate it, call it spitter. So we're just kind of like prototyping, seeing what this looks like in here. And isn't there a way I can like put this where I'm looking? Move to view. Cool. Yeah, not over there though. Nope. Yep, okay. So we've got a little plant. We can place that with spitter. And yeah, it's very tiny. Okay, we gotta do some work. Center, no, bottom. 16. Okay, a little better. Which one's bigger? Nope. Okay. 8. 6. That kind of looks right. Let's see what that looks like. Kinda looks like it. Let's see. Let's closer. Oh, there's my game view. Alright, how does that look? Kinda like the game? Kinda. Looks like I'm using different doors. Anyway, I'll fix that later. It actually feels pretty big though. Oh, I'm low. Something knocked me down. I think this raptor. Let's move some stuff around. So for people that were asking about my level editor map maker thing, this is it. This is what it looks like. This is just a regular scene view, though, dedicated to drawing it. Where is this? Doesn't show up in this view. That's kind of annoying. Okay, so something like this. Actually, more like this. I don't know about there. Let's get this guy out of the way. Mess with that later. Actually, no, I'll leave it for now. Okay. It's actually kind of further back and smaller. Because I have the sprites off, I can't see myself in outside. It's so much brighter in the original. I remember what I need to do to fix that. Yeah, so further back, maybe a little smaller. Let's do further back a little. The camera isn't quite the same either, so it's kind of a little bit different. But actually, yeah, how close can I get to it? And how big will it be? That's a good test. Nope, I died. So this is as close as I can get to it. I can get significantly closer in mine, but that might just be the size of the bounding box. Kind of get up to its names. Actually, up to about there, but its head is still in the frame. So I think it's a little too big. So I could come up to about there. Now it's too small. Was it 6? I guess 7. That seems a lot better. It looks so small out here, though. Something bumped my... Ugh. Hmm. There's another one in the kitchen. If I reset the game, I can go and see what that looks like. I'll try this. So what was it in? 7. Okay, I think all of that saved. Spinner, duplicate. Put it. It seemed like something about right here. Mm-hmm. Nope, I want to see the game view. Okay. So I'm going to reset. It's probably out of lives anyway. Unpause. This game you could use the Super Nintendo mouse. You can also just use the D-pad and move the arrow around. Kind of a lot of weird choices here. I think it was because in the computer systems you have the same kind of interface. Let's get back to the visitor center. So what would be cool is to do all the outdoor areas in first person as well. That'd be really fun, especially because I'd have like real fixed pixel art. And I think it would look pretty cool. Okay, turn this off. Okay, I don't see my weapon. Okay, so it's kind of off to the side. This game is... It is on top of me. That's weird. Super weird. Okay, I'm gonna need those missiles to... Still though, I want to look at this. So it is about halfway between there and the wall. Oh, jeez. Okay, geez. Maybe I should turn on God mode or something. I've got rockets now. Pause. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. It's off to the side a bit. And it is about halfway. It seems like maybe it's a little bigger. I'm going to have to do that with the image because I think pixels per unit is not good enough. That's too big. I do this. I kind of wish, it seems like a good idea to have like a standard pixels per unit. But I'm sort of scared this one's going to attack me, but it's not. That's... Yeah, if I turn its bounding box up so I can't get closer than this, I think that would be pretty good. It also looks kind of skinny. I can't tell. Yeah. Let's see. Box collider. Oh, I don't know. I tried dabbling this. That seems weird. Okay. I really hate I have to not do a power of 2. 20. That's kind of... Clearly the game has this all wrong though, because these are much smaller dinosaurs. Yeah, I don't know how long I want to tweak this size business, but this is kind of like good enough for now. I could try and animate it. Okay, so where do we have that at 20? I would have to do, oh geez, sprites. I forget why these are resources. Oh yeah, it's made for a sprite sheet. Let's say, I'll just make a directory for now. And when I re-export these and I normalize the file size, I'm going to have to redo this pixel per unit stuff anyway. Let's see, I gotta look how I animated this stuff before. Actually, how do I get out of here? It's frustrating. Yeah, okay. So this is the old engine implementation. Let's see, maybe I was in components, texture UI, player, enemy, stack. Okay, I made a state machine. It's not the animation though. Animation sprite. This looks promising. Okay, so sprite renderer. That's what I'm using for this, right? Sprite renderer. And then frames. All true. Okay, load. Animations, deserialize. Oh. I made a whole like animation definition format or something. Let me see. Where would these be in? Shared. Entities. Marine. Okay, so I came up with this format where, given a sprite sheet like this, and given that these are all indexed, then you could define animations with YAML saying the start index, the length of it, the frames per second, and directions. Oh, because the way that this was formatted, you had the directions. I don't remember. So I could try and reuse this. Yeah, you gotta define animations somehow. I'm trying to remember whose idea it was to do a YAML file outside the editor. I mean, at the time it made sense because they didn't have the Unity inspector. But now I think I could just do all of this stuff in a Unity inspector. Okay. Well, it's about 7. It's been about an hour, I think. I think I'm gonna wrap up. We did accomplish something. We got a dinosaur in the game. Not just a broken 3D dinosaur, but a dinosaur from the original game. It doesn't animate or attack yet, which would have been nice to do, but that's not far off. Cool. Alright. I guess I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.